Greetings, knowledge seekers. Have you ever wondered what are pixels? What is the meaning of opacity? And what is the difference between 720p and 720i? Welcome. I am the mysterious Book, and I am going to present to you the amazing facts of world. Let's enter my magical world to know these answers. So, let me start by telling you what a pixel is. A pixel is the smallest unit of any display. It may be a TV, a monitor, a phone, etc. If you take a LED screen, then the smallest LED bulb in the screen will be a pixel. It is the smallest controllable unit of any display. Pixels are controlled by the system to form images and objects on the screen. You can see the zoomed image of mouse cursor and how it is formed by pixels. When these images are viewed from a distance, they appear to be continuous images. So, you may wonder, how are these pixels controlled and what is the connection between pixels and opacity? Pixels are basically light sources. They can be turned on and turned off by the system. Its intensity can also be varied. The number of bits that control a single pixel determines the color that the pixel displays. It can be controlled by a single bit, where it can just be switched on and switched off. If it is used like this, it forms only black and white images. A standard screen that we use contains a pixel which is controlled by 24 bits or 3 bytes. So, it can display 2 per 24 colors or 16,777,216 colors. This is called as true color because almost all the color in the world can be displayed by this pixel. Pixel is further divided into 3 subpixels as you can see in the image. That is red, green and blue. These are the primary colors and all other colors can be viewed by varying the intensity of these 3 colors. Each subpixel is controlled by 8 bits. Therefore, each subpixel red, green and blue will have 2 per 8 individual intensities or 256 individual intensities. If you have ever tried to edit color in paint, then you would have seen that each color is allocated an unique RGB value. It is the red, green and blue intensity to produce that color. And if you have ever worked with a markup language like HTML or XML, then you would specify color using RGB values. For higher graphical design, another 8 bits are used for transparency or opacity of image. Opacity is the amount of opaqueness of upper image to display the lower image. If opacity is 100%, then the upper image completely covers the lower image and it is completely opaque. You can see the different amount of opacity and its transparency in the image. Let me tell you about the difference between 720p and 720i. Before that, pixels are arranged in grids on the screen. They form horizontal and vertical lines. Horizontal lines are simultaneously controlled by the system to produce the image. 720p has two parts. One is 720, which is resolution. I'm going to talk about resolution in my next video. P and I tells the way in which image is drawn on the screen. P stands for progressive scan and I stands for interlaced scan. The interlaced scan prints the odd lines of pixels first, then the even lines. but progressive scan paints the lines in sequence from up to down to form an image. Take a look how interlaced scan and progressive scan print the image. You can see that interlaced scanning prints the odd lines first, then the even lines, and these lines are printed from left to right. But the progressive scan print the lines from up to down, and each line is printed from left to right. The number of times the screen is painted in a second is called refreshing rate or frame rate of the screen. It is typically 60 frames per second for a standard screen. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, give it a like, share it with your friend, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to never miss our updates.